All right, today we are with Linda with the Thomas Hope Foundation. I'm very, very excited about this one. This is a cause and topic that's near and dear to my heart, as well as many of you. We've all been touched by this disease of addiction, because it is a disease. That's what I always lead with, and what people have to realize. So we all know somebody. We ourselves struggle with it, in our family, friends, whatever it is. So I'm very, very happy that we found you and your organization so that we could help you guys help more people. So first off, Linda, who are you? What's your story? Because I know you got one.
Oh, unfortunately, I have one. So my name is Linda Ventura, and I unfortunately am the president and founder of Thomas's Hope Foundation. On March 14, 2012, my 21-year-old son died to substance use disorder, specifically a heroin overdose. I was on a train on my way to Wall Street when my senior in high school son called me, and he found his brother's body dead in the bathroom. So needless to say, it left a avalanche of, just complete devastation for my family. First, devastation living through a disease that, if left untreated, is a fatal progressive disease, and that's exactly what it was. So unfortunately, we had insurance, but Thomas was not high enough. There was always a reason to keep him from treatment. And, egregious, because as you already said, it is a disease. My 15-year-old son didn't wake up one day and say, hey, you know what? After smoking weed, I think I'm going to become a heroin addict and kill myself and devastate my family. Said no one ever.
Right.
And we have lost a generation of children, really, quite frankly.
And some of the best people I know.
Oh, my goodness. It's crazy.
Yeah. And speak a little bit about what you touched on about insurance, because a lot of people aren't familiar with how getting treatment. We'll get into what your organization does, but I want to hone in on that. What's the process of getting treatment? You mentioned he wasn't high enough, or there was always something.
Always something. Well, in 2014, though, I started my advocacy in Albany, and that year we changed 14 laws because Thomas's ashes went to Albany, and he met many a senator and assembly person. So they did. A lot of families went because enough was enough. Everyone was having the same issue.
Right.
An insurance company will say no until you're no longer there insured or you're dead, simply not to pay that claim.
Right.
So it has changed somewhat. 2016, more insurance laws were changed. Most of the time, people can get 14 days of treatment. 14 days does not touch upon. No. It's not even enough for abstinence. You're not
barely
even
detoxed.
Yeah, you're barely detoxed.
You're barely detoxed. Yeah. And I know, going through my story and everything like that, I went to treatment, and it's people there, obviously, most of them want help, right?
Yes.
So they're fighting tooth and nail, waiting online to get treatment. They're there for 3, 4, 5 days, and they get told that they have to go home because insurance is no longer covering them. And this is the fight that you're spearheading.
Yes.
A huge part of, which is part of the reason we chose your organization, because you're not only, I'll let you get into what else you're doing, but you're also trying to change the things that need to be changed.
It's a broken system.
Correct.
It's a broken system.
Correct.
So, after 5 days, when you might just be getting comfortable enough to start to unpack, right?
Right.
Your backpack full of all your traumas and
Correct.
whatever else is in there that, pushes you to use drugs because you don't want to feel.
Right.
There's always an underlying reason there.
Right.
So you're just going to unpack that, and then you're told, you got to go home.
That's if you get into treatment.
That's if you get into...
Which is a whole nother set of odds.
That disease starts to talk to you
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
That says, see, told you we're not worth it.
Correct.
Told you suck.
It's like
let's
the
go
system,
get high.
Correct.
Let's go get high because I'm devastated because I have to leave.
It's discouraging.
It's extremely discouraging. Yeah.
So now what is and who is and what does the Thomas Hope Foundation do?
So Thomas's Hope Foundation in 2016, I went to Albany with a business plan and got seed money from the New York State Senate. So pretty amazing. When I called for an appointment, Senator Flanagan, who was the majority leader at the time, his office called back and said, we'd like to bring another 25 senators in. And I put the call on hold and I was giggling. I was like, well, I've come a long way. So I got to, really pitch my dream.
Right.
And they were all on board. Because if somebody's going to change something, you have to be fueled with the passion to help people.
Right.
So what we do now is we have an office in Holtzville. We have peer recovery coaches and we have family navigators. So peer recovery coaches help the person struggling. We're not a sponsor. We're not treatment. We're not anything. Mm-hmm. We're a heart with ears that just is another person that can hold your hand while we get you through the mess.
Right.
And then the family, you said it, it's a family disease. Mm-hmm. So we take whether their loved one seeks treatment or not, we're going to bring the family on their own recovery walk. Because when the family does change, 90% of the time, the person struggling gives up and will change also.
Right.
Because the gig is up, quite frankly.
Right.
There's no more manipulation. There's no more lying.
Right.
There's no more money. There's no more.
Right.
They're healthy.
And
healthy boundaries.
I love that because when we spoke off camera, one of the things that I remember you talking about is like not only are we going to help the person suffering, we're going to help the people around him that are also suffering, because this is one of the, not that other diseases don't do this, but it's a very unique in a way where there's the individual who has it, who is in active addiction, and then there's the family that's just complete turmoil for everybody around that individual. And I loved how you went over how you help the family get a new skill set, a new language.
Exactly, and that's
skills.
Exactly what it is.
Like, yeah.
It's a toolbox that they can, that there doesn't need to be fighting.
Right.
There's a different way to talk to everyone.
And you also get these people into treatment.
Within 24 hours, I can get anybody anywhere in New York State.
So
that's a promise.
This is and where do people contact you? I usually do this at the end, but I want to plug it in here.
I'll give out my own cell phone number,
right.
which is 631-219-5285.
Cool.
Call me anytime, and we will connect you wherever we have to.
What treatment centers do you work with?
I work with every treatment center located in New York State.
Okay.
Whether you have insurance or not, you are entitled to treatment. New York State, their own treatment facilities, and most people say, oh, I don't want to go there. They're not nice. They have the best counselors that I have ever met in my life.
It's not about where you go.
You can, if I ask you to sit in a box on the side of the road, you should be willing to sit in a box on the side of the road.
Correct.
It's not about what it looks like. It's about
you don't have to go where
it's an inside job.
Who's the famous celebrity that's all of them are in and out of rehab, really?
Oh my God! You're not going to Malibu,
right?
And people need to be aware that there are body brokers, patient brokering that goes on. So anytime someone says, "Oh, we're going to fly your loved one down to Florida, Arizona, California," your antennas should go up because it's not where you want your loved one to be. Right.
Because and I've read about this. Unfortunately, you have people that get paid per patient placement.
Yes. Yep.
So that's illegal, correct?
Absolutely illegal.
So you don't do that.
No.
And not only are you going to help the person get into treatment and get them the help that they need, but you're also going to help the family. You're going to be that person that holds their hand throughout the process.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
We just try to be the person that I wish held my hand
Right.
throughout the process. We're also, the person that goes into treatment, we're gonna demand that they have an appropriate discharge plan.
Right.
You're not gonna discharge if they're homeless to a shelter.
Right.
You're not gonna discharge to, an unhealthy recovery house.
Right.
We want them in a stable recovery house. We want
Right.
to get them job skills.
Give them a
We
shot.
want to give them their life back, whatever that life may be.
Right.
And it's going to take time, but anything worthwhile takes time.
That's right.
It's not Rome wasn't built in a day.
No. It's just the tip of the iceberg. Getting treatment. It's everything after, and I think, like, your passion is clear, right? And we know where that comes from, and I know for certain you've helped a lot of people, and we want to keep helping people like you to help other people. That's really why you're here today. I thank you for coming.
Oh, thank you. I can't thank you enough.
Yeah, I got
and
something
Stephen
for you.
Dodge also.
Give him a shout out.
I had to give Stephen a shout out.
Hold on. I got this for you.
Thank you so much,
Take some
Eric.
pictures after, but thank you for coming.
That is awesome.
All right.
Thank you for your generosity.
Yeah, give me a hug.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you.